So in today's video, what I'm going to teach you is how futures trading works. Futures trading works in the world of crypto. Well, futures trading is very interesting. So let's say, you invested in an asset and you invested $100, right? And then that went up, let's say 10%. Then what you're going to end up with is $110, okay? Now, that is typically what you would get investing into an asset, and that's actually called spot trading. Okay. And what we're doing is something different to that. Futures trading. I mean, we can get into the intricacies of how it actually works as a financial product, but as an investor, what you need to understand is that futures trading has its benefits because of what's called leverage. Okay, and leverages can vary between 1x to 150x, and so that basically, the way we annotate that is we go x1 all the way to x125 or x150 or and so on, and whatever that number is, that's basically how much we're going to leverage out our gains and losses. Now, let me explain a bit further. Let's go back to that example there. Okay, you could, if we're doing that same trade, a $100 trade that goes up 10%, and we do that with a leverage of, let's say, 10x. Okay, if the leverage is 10x, then what happens is that gain then gets multiplied by 10. So then when the asset goes up by 10%, it'll actually be effectively going up by 100%. So then the end result of the money that you make won't be $110, but your profit will be an extra $100, meaning your entire equity, your actual money that you have in your account will become $200, meaning that you've gone from 100 to 200 by leveraging by a multiplier of that asset. So what that means also, however, is that when you make a trade, if you have a 10x leverage, let's say you make a trade for $100 and then it goes down 10%, then you're actually going to lose, okay, 100% as well, which means that you're going to basically wipe out this entire account. So this, what leverage does, leverage amplifies your gain by the multiplier. And as much as we like this word gain, it will also amplify your loss by the multiplier as well. Okay, that's really, really important to know, and that's why over a short period of time you can actually make big trades, and over a short period of time you can actually lose a lot of money as well. But if done right, there is a lot of money to be made if you do your futures trading well. Okay, so then how do we then take advantage of this? Now, like I said, it's a short-term thing, so which means you can't go, for example, okay, well, I'm gonna buy Bitcoin, right? Let's say I'm gonna buy Bitcoin, at 3 times the leverage, and I'm gonna buy $1,000 worth of it. Okay, which will effectively mean you're trading with $3,000. And you go, okay, and then I'll hold it. But then if Bitcoin drops by 33%, right, because you multiply that by 3 times, you basically wiped out your money. And of course, by doing this, you effectively, you actually cannot hold an asset for a long time when you're actually doing futures trading. Because to be able to amplify your gains, there is a bigger pool of money that gives you the extra money. So let's say you've got $100 in your account and you want to do a 10x leverage. Then that means, effectively you're putting a $1,000 trade in there. The extra $900 comes from like a facility where you borrow that $900 to actually have a $1,000 position in there. Because, if that goes up by 10%, I'm just explaining this in a different way now, then, you're going to make $100 on that trade, and then the $100 on that existing $100 is going to be 100% gain, which basically is, 10 times by 10%. So that basically will attract a fee. Okay, so that fee is going to be daily. So the longer you hold, the more money you will have to pay as fees, and then it could be like 5 cents a day. It depends on the exchange and how they operate. But over the long term, it's not really going to work. So what futures trading wants to achieve is try to make I guess, speculations and the movements around short-term movements, and that's what it hopes to capture. And there are so many people that do so incredibly well out of this. The best strategy I could recommend is that you do this. Never start with more money than $100. A lot of people can afford $100, yeah? If you have a job, you probably have $100. If you are able to consistently, right, make profits, right? The idea of compound interest, right? Where you apply a gain on the amount that has already been gained repetitively, that is going to be enough for you to make lots and lots and lots and lots of money. If you, on a weekly basis, you know, you can return, you know, 5% even, okay, on an account of $100, within a year, you would make so much money. You would make unbelievably amounts of money. So try to learn, okay, you will get wiped out, definitely, that's for sure, but try to put in little bits of money and actually practice with little bits of money. If you put no money, or if you use fake money, I don't think you'll ever learn, because you're not as emotionally invested into the amount of money. And I'm going to talk in this channel about how to actually go about doing the analysis to actually be on more of the gaining side than the losing side. Here's the thing, you're not going to win every trade, but what you want is for the collective amount of trades that you do to be actually making money, to be in a positive state. So this is where futures trading can be of incredible benefit to you. So so if we hop on the exchange, and let's have a look at this. And before we do, make sure you go share and subscribe. Thank you so much. What we're gonna do is, how do I get my screen up here? Here we go. Okay, here we go. Boom. All right, so we've got what's called an exchange in front of us. So you know, this is, you know, I mean, I think I've got about $80 in my account right now, and that's, you know, that's $84 USDT in there. Like that's totally enough. If you want to go buy crypto, well, Bitunix makes it pretty easy to do that. So head on to Bitunix, go buy crypto. The link is available in the description below. I have a lot of great bonuses available for you guys. So even if you put in little bits of money, there's going to be extra trading bonuses. You can buy cryptocurrency using a whole bunch of different currencies. As you can see, AUD is one of them, USD is one of them, HKD is one of them, Japanese yen, you got it. And then, you know, you choose your payment method, and then boom, you've got it already in there. So what you want to do is you want to go to futures trading. And in this channel, we're planning to cover a fair bit on Solana over the coming days. So if you like Solana, make sure you drop a comment in there. And for example, we're looking at what's called the hourly candlestick chart. Now, we're going to do a little bit of technical analysis. Now, Solana, well, there isn't much really happening with Solana. Solana, there's no real news. I mean, Bitcoin is probably more sensitive to what's called fundamental analysis, whereas things like Solana is probably more sensitive to, yes, a little bit fundamental, but the technical analysis seems to be a lot more pronounced in assets like this one. Now, if you don't know what technical analysis means or fundamental analysis means, well, please go away from this video and research it. If not, please come back watching more videos within my channel so that you actually know how technical analysis actually works. And the most common way that people do technical analysis for beginners in futures trading is basically trend lines and of course support and resistances. So what I want to talk about is the opportunity that could have been had here. So in this particular trade here, in this section here. So what we see there is that we can see that there has been a rising level of support. So we draw a trend line there, and once the trend line here, at this point here, breaks, and there's a confirmation of break below that, then we know that the price action, okay, there's a high likelihood of the price action be testing the previous levels of support, which is this one here, and then upon that breaking, then the second level of support, which came from this region here, okay, has been tested as well. So there is a potential gain from here. Now, the reason why I don't draw the gain from the actual Pico top to the bottom is because you can't actually activate a trade here, okay? Well, maybe on the basis that, you know, on the basis that that level there arguably, you know, has hit a what would you call it, the resistance, okay, the price ceiling has hit it there. So some people, you know, timing is going to be everything with this particular you know, with this type of trading. But I would have probably, because there is less point of, you know, maybe there's enough, but because there is slightly less point of reference to actually deem that as a real hard ceiling, I've actually entered into trades here where there has been a confirmed break of below that that trend line, and then it rises back up to test that level of trend line, and then it starts to come down in price. And that is basically what I would capture. And if you think about it, like you know, the price action there, let's say here we go, 58,460. And you know, if I use 25% of my account, then I'm basically, you know, risking $20 worth of my of my account. And then on a 10x leverage, you know, I would have to go short in this one because I'm obviously trading in the falling direction. And then if I were to then press sell TP and then set a take profit price of where that price point went to, then we'll have made $21, right? $21 on a $20 trade, you know, where the $60 is safe, is a pretty damn good trade. I mean, within that small movement, within a span of what, between how many candlesticks is that? From 2 a.m. 21st of November till 22nd of November, 7 a.m. Within 24 hours, you basically made a 100% gain on the size of the trade that you've given, which is around about that $20 that you've spent to do the trade here. So that is the beauty of trading futures. Now, there's so much more to be talked about when it comes to trading futures. And so I would like to debunk a lot of this over the course of my channel, hoping to teach you guys. I know we talk a lot about copy trading, but I think it's a good time that we actually learn how to do this. I would like to share that knowledge with you guys. So by doing so, there is gains to be made. Of course, our preferred trading platform is Bitunix. So if you want to check out Bitunix, the links are available in the description. By signing up with that link below, you will be able to benefit from multiple trading bonuses, so that you guys can actually get into practicing how to do this, you know, without having to involve too much money. So go ahead, give it a whirl, and obviously risk amounts of money that you can only afford to lose, and tune back for more technical analysis tips. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will see you in next time. And I think it's this one to end the video. Subscribe. Peace out.